Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday, August 13th. Mike Phillip filling in again for Dr. Peter Glidden while he is out getting some upgrading for his license. He cannot be here, but he's chomping at the bit to get back to his radio show. I, on the other hand, am very happy to be able to do this, and I would love to hear from you. Call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, 1-844-374-5433. Now, I remember watching a webinar of Dr. Glidden's on hormones and sex drive, and right at the beginning of the webinar, I really like how he put it. He says, if I was a mad scientist and I wanted to completely destroy a society, I would do something to mess with people's hormones. Okay? So I'm going to do a little feature on birth control today because it's causing people to go crazy and die. Mostly beautiful young girls who, incidentally, are very active, workout, athletic, and so the two correlate, and I've got some sound clips we're going to be playing in a bit. The FDA is investigating a few of these. First of all, though, the most important part of this show is your calls, and with that, we're going to go over to Paul in Illinois. He's got a friend with a real bad back. How you doing, Paul?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for calling. What part of Illinois are you from, Paul?
Up around Chicago, Freeport.
Right on. So you got a buddy with severe back pain. Give me a little bit of background.
He's 61 years old, 220 pounds. He has rosacea, digestive problems, diabetic, number 2, diabetic, and joint problems, pain in the joint. He's on 9 prescription drugs. I can name them. I don't know if I can pronounce them correctly.
No need.
Okay.
No need. So, okay, we've got skin conditions, digestive issues, blood sugar, diabetes type 2?
Yes.
Type 2, and joint pain. And he's 220 pounds. I'm just writing this down here.
He's not really overweight. I mean, he's 6 foot. He's not fat or overweight.
He's just a stocky, tough old boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I know several people like that. Now, wow, rosacea, digestive issues, diabetes, bone and joint issues. Where to start, right?
Right.
So
well,
this guy. Right off the bat, okay, the skin issues, that is a telltale sign of gluten damage right there. So if you've been listening to the show for a while, you're going to want this gentleman to absolutely get off the gluten. He's got to do it. Like, this isn't optional, right? This is not optional. If any of this is going to work for him, he's got to get off the gluten. So, with that, you can get a copy of the 10 Bad Food List if you go over to Dr. Peter Glidden's website, fireyourmdnow.com. Just submit your email address, and you'll get a video called Against the Grain that you can watch with him. And a lot of times, these older guys are really tough to convince of new things. I don't know how it is with him, but have you had him listening to the show or anything?
Not yet, no.
Not yet? Okay, you'll be able to download this at gcnlive.com, and you can play it for him later on, or you can just, bring it to him. So for the skin, he's going to need to get off the gluten. He's going to need EFA Plus, okay? Now, he's going to get those in the 2 packs that I'm going to suggest to you. Now, there's so many things here that what we're going to do is break it down. He's going to need 2 Healthy Start Packs Liquid 2.0, okay? That's with the liquid Beyond OsteoFX. It's shellfish-free. Do you know if he has a shellfish allergy?
I'll check, but again, I'll let you go ahead and say what you think that he needs. He is on a limited income, so we're going to have to pick from the best. Gluten's number 1, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, I'll just throw it all at you here.
Yep, go ahead.
And so 2 Healthy Start Pack 2.0 liquid, right?
Okay.
He's going to need a product called Sweet Ease. Okay, Sweet Ease has got the chromium, vanadium, and cinnamon to stabilize blood sugar. Now, here's the other thing. If he can't afford the Sweet Ease, he could go with a bottle of plant-derived minerals. That's got some chromium and vanadium in it. Okay. Also, the Ultimate Selenium has got chromium and vanadium as well. And that, with those 2 packs, the selenium might be just the way to go if we're looking at shaving on budget. It's best if he could hit it as hard as possible, but that might come with time. Now, for the joint pain, 2 bottles of Glucogel Plus, okay? And the Glucogel Plus is a game changer. It works well for anybody I've ever met, and he only needs 1 ounce per 50 pounds body weight, so he's going to need about 4 of those per day, so 2 bottles. And yeah, and also for the digestive issues, lots of salt on his food, and the calcium in the liquid Beyond OsteoFX should help. Now, did he have anything happen that might suggest this is a mechanical thing? Like, did he fall off a horse at one time in his life or get in a car accident?
I haven't gone that far with him. I'll sit down and find out all that. I tried to get as much information as I could, but the nine prescription drugs threw me. I mean, I thought, whoa.
Yeah, well, that's just it, right? And I'm guessing that it's diabetes drugs, and more than likely he's probably on a blood thinner at his age. I don't know for sure, but you're gonna have to, you know what they are, and you're gonna have to get him on the product, because nothing I just told you about here, not one thing, is going to interact badly with a drug. What it might do is get his body working better, so the drug works better, so he might have to look out for side effects of that. And if you are going to be actively involved with this gentleman, you can talk to the pharmacist and say, look, his numbers are getting better, and if there's a way that we can wean him off the drugs, that's the best way to go.
Exactly.
All right, now another thing I want to mention here, sometimes when people start nutritionalizing their body, getting nutrified, they can have some weird side effects, okay? Because bugs are dying inside, and they got to come out. And I can't remember the name that they have for this effect. I'll look it up here and give it to you later on in the show. But just stick by the guy. Make sure he takes his stuff every day, and let's see if we can get him back on his feet. It sounds like he's the kind of guy that doesn't like being laid up. Am I right?
You're right. You're right.
Right on. So is there anything else, Paul?
No, thank you very, very much for your time and information.
Absolutely. Just go, if you're already a longevity distributor, go on your back office, look up all these products, and come up. If bare minimum, if all he can afford is those 2 Healthy Start packs, start with that, and he will start feeling better. And he won't have to eat as much, and he'll have more energy.
Exactly. Excellent.
All right, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling, Paul. Incidentally, everybody, you can get a hold of me at mike@teamglidden.ca. And if you're interested in starting with longevity and building a business model that is formidable, I want to help you do that. Absolutely. So contact me, mike@teamglidden.ca. Let's go over to David in Houston, Texas. David, how you doing today?
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Good. What's up, David?
Yeah, is this Mike?
Absolutely.
Hey, appreciate you answering. Appreciate the privilege of talking to you. A friend of mine, Jeff, called you Friday and when he told you about a friend that had a prostate issue.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I do. Is that you, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah, I talked with Jeff a little bit. I don't remember specifically the conversation, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just got a swollen prostate, like 5, 6, 7 times the size, at 215 grams. And they want to bore it out, but they kind of got cold feet because I don't take blood. So
right.
They wanted me to go elsewhere and get a bloodless deal and because they were going to have to go in there 3 or 4 times. and beam it out with their instruments that they had. I guess they were maybe behind the times or something.
Yeah. So once again, the only thing that they've got is to pull it out, drug it, burn it. But this is not always the most effective way to go. Yeah, and so what we want to do is put out that fire in your body by activating the fire department that God gave you initially. And I believe I told Jeff to get you on a couple healthy brain and heart packs. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So
you said that you thought I could get away with one since he told you 150. I'm actually 140.
140. Okay. Yeah, you might be able to get away with one and then add, what I would do is add an extra bottle of Ultimate Selenium to that and as much Z-Radical as you can afford. You want that Z-Radical because it's got a sea vegetable called fucoidan, and fucoidan is devastating to cancerous cells and inflammation. It reduces inflammation, and that's what you want. Now, in that same neighborhood, Clement University did a study with just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. They found that it absolutely obliterated cancerous cells in the colon over 90% of the time. It wiped them right out. So that's one of the products in that Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. So the other thing that's in there that's going to be a game changer, I predict, for you is a product called Cell Shield RTQ. The RTQ stands for resveratrol, turmeric, and quercetin. David, I want you to wait right there. I hear the music. We're going to come right back to you. This is Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden talking to David in Houston, Texas. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, 1-844-374-5433. Now, we got a lot of new listeners to this show every day, and they want to know if this longevity thing is for real. Well, I'm here to tell you it saved my life. It saved my wife's life, and I want to go a step further. It actually saved my marriage. It wasn't very good for a lot of years, and neither one of us had a very good attitude towards life. And I was like a caged lion around the house, always thinking I needed to be doing something else. And now I'm here to tell you my wife and I have the absolute best marriage a guy could possibly ask for. So if that interests you, get yourself nutrified and see what happens. We're talking to David in Houston, Texas. David, are you still there, my friend?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, before the break there, we were talking about Cell Shield RTQ, and that is just awesome for reducing inflammation, and it's got a high ORAC score. The ORAC stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity, and that is what you want, along with that selenium. So are you going to get on board, David?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say for the record, I've been on the Tangy Tangerine and some other supplements, enzymes for about 2 months. It's not real serious, but now I'm starting to get serious. I've become a distributor yesterday.
Excellent.
And, pardon?
Excellent.
Hey, good, yeah. And I just wanted to tell you that the problem here is pretty radical. I'm wearing a pubic catheter.
Yep.
That's what you know what that is, huh?
I know what a catheter is.
Well, they cut a hole in your bladder because I can't urinate.
Yeah.
They cut a hole in her bladder and they put a special catheter in it. Well, that looks like a regular catheter, and it goes right into your bladder through your belly,
Yep.
And I was just wondering if this process is going to reverse the size of this prostate, within a reasonable amount of time. What do you think?
You know what? It's the kind of thing where I don't know exactly how much time it's going to take, but this is a better bet than surgery. You're going to have to watch how it goes, and quite honestly, I believe that you can get over this. But it's a matter of how diligent you are in taking the things that you have to and following the 10 bad food list. So with it going in your bladder, you want those nutrients to absorb it before they ever reach your bladder. They should be absorbing into your body and your small intestine. So that won't be an issue. You want that in your blood, and you want things moving around, and you want that selenium and the antioxidants to knock down that inflammation. So do I know for sure? No. But I know that I've seen these products work enough with as many people as I have that I have great confidence in it. So David, you're a distributor now. Make it happen for yourself. And then you've got a great story to tell other people that know you. And, it's important to get your own health back. Yeah. And one more thing, Doc. Yes, sir. Don't call me Doc. I'm not a doctor. Go ahead. Not yet. You talk like one. Thank you. Well, one more thing. While I was in VA, I was getting these UTIs, because they were ramming these catheters up my urinary tract and everything. Yeah. And they put me on tons of antibiotics, liquid, all kinds of stuff. Then they say, we gave you the wrong one. Now we got to redo all of it and give you some more. I think they wrecked my colon, my digestion, all of my good bacteria. They're good for that. Yeah. And now I got no feelings in my toes. I was taking fluoroquinolone, ciprofloxacin, and I think it wrecked my nerves and my toes. But anyway, digestion issue, absolutely. And I'm getting these funny-looking jellyfish-looking stuff in my stool. And sometimes these jellyfish are encapsulating the feces. That's interesting. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. You know what? I want you to, now that you're going to hit the product hard, that's likely to change, but I want you to keep in touch with the show with your progress here. And if we need to do a little bit of fine tuning after you've been taking the appropriate stuff for your body weight, then we can deal with it then. David, thank you so much for calling. Keep in touch with the show. We really want to hear about your progress. We're going to let you go. We got other callers, and this is the end of this segment. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to talk to Virginia and Esther in Arizona back after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And as I told the last caller there, I'm not a doctor, okay? What I am is a huge longevity fanatic, and I'm always learning. And I've found that I'm better than a doctor in a lot of ways. Now, if you get shot or stabbed or something, you need a doctor. When it comes to pain and inflammation and chronic disease, you need to take your own future and destiny of your health in your hands. And the best thing that you can possibly do if you're healthy and listening to this broadcast right now and you feel good is get with the program now before you're 61 years old and have skin conditions, digestive problems, type 2 diabetes, joint problems, right? It only just makes sense. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. You can reach me with comments, questions, or just about anything at all. But that's another thing, too. If you find an article online that pertains to this show, you can email me the link, and I will put it on the air. That's mike@teamglidden.ca. Once again, mike@teamglidden.ca. With that, we're going to go over to Virginia in Arizona. How you doing, Virginia?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm from Arizona. I'm 81 years old, and I weigh 240. I thought I better put that in. I'm already on the product. In fact, they just got I have a box sitting in front of me that but I have two problems. My main problem is, there's two serious ones. One is macular degeneration. My right eye is pretty much kaput. My other eye is starting to go. I noticed a little black spot when I'm in low light. And so I'm really concerned about that. And the other one is about a month ago I got pulmonary embolism, and I was in the hospital for 3 days. And I came home, and I wouldn't go. I mean, the doctor thinks I'm on this Xeritrol, but I haven't taken it. I'm letting him think I am because I don't want him to drop me as a patient. But anyway, sometimes you need him. But anyway, I'm not taking the Xeritrol, and when I came home, I was on oxygen. They sent me home with oxygen, and I was only on it for a couple of days. And then I did really well, and I have a little thing that I measure my oxygen with, and I did really well for about probably 3 to 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden my oxygen level went down, and I was having to go on it full time. And then all of a sudden it came back up again, and I was almost ready to go on these blood thinners, thinking that, well, I must have gotten more clots. But when I muscle test, it says I only had inflammation, so I'm hoping that's all it was. But my question is, I cannot take the tangerine. I don't know if it's just that I don't like it. It's sweet. It's something that's sweetener in it, but it just makes me want to throw up. I mean, I just can't tolerate it. So I told Dr. Glidden that, and he put me on HGH.
Youth complex.
Yeah, he put me on, and so I bought 2 bottles of that. I haven't started it yet, and he told me to take it 5 at bedtime and 5 in the morning. Now, so that must be on an empty stomach. Now, one of my problems is taking all these pills. It's really, not in my comfort zone. But, so they had me on liquid glucogel, not the tablet glucogel. So I changed over to the liquid. It's twice the price, but I figure I can do the liquid easier than 24 capsules. Mm-hmm. And, but selenium. Now, the selenium, Shannon, who was my upline, told me to put it, to take it with meals, but Dr. Glidden said not to take it with meals. So can I take that with the HGH at the same time?
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely you can. They're not going to interfere with each other. And Dr. Glidden just wants to maximize your absorption, okay? That's the only reason he told you that. But there's no right or wrong, okay? So, I mean, if you're absorbing them properly on an empty stomach, then that's great. The only reason Dr. Glidden said that is because he wants you to get the full impact of the selenium and the copper and everything in there. But you can take it with meals.
I can take it with meals.
You can, yeah, you can. But, here's the deal. You have a problem with taking all these pills, but none of this stuff you're not going to OD on any of it, right? Like, it's not going to hurt you. I've never heard of that.
I know that. It's just that, I'm taking them. I'd rather, I'm definitely taking them. I'm just trying to cut down, like on the glucogel. I went to the liquid so that I wouldn't, but I'm taking the ones that I have. I'm taking, but I'm also taking 2 bottles of minerals to help support to replace the Tangy. So basically, what I used to replace that was the HGH and the minerals. I'm taking.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good start. That's a real good start. There's actually.
I think I should replace. Would that pretty much take care of what was in the Tangy?
You know what? Hang on a second here. There's a liquid complex that I'm just looking it up right here because I can't remember the name of it. There is a liquid tangy tangerine, okay, and that tastes a little bit different than the powder.
I thought I might get a bottle to see if I can handle it. I didn't this time because my bill was up to almost $800, so I couldn't put it in. I was wondering, Dr. Wallach mentions taking immortalium for macular degeneration. What do you think about that?
Can you run that by me again?
Dr.
He recommended
Wallach.
what? Yeah, he recommended what?
Immortalium.
Yeah, absolutely. Immortalium is rich in antioxidants. And absolutely, there's also a blend of blue-green algae and fucoidan. And the ORAC score on 4 of the Immortalium a day is about 10,000 ORAC points. Like, ideally, you would be wanting to get about 100,000 in you, right?
I know, and that's hard. I don't even know. It's hard for me to do that. I don't know. That's one thing I haven't really worked on that much. On counting them, I have no idea how many I'm getting.
Okay, well, with the tangy tangerine out of the picture, that knocks out quite a few right there. But what you also could do is as much of the Z radical as you can afford, and for the same reason as the Immortalium. But you know what? If Dr. Wallach told you that, I absolutely agree with it, because we've had great results.
I've heard him telling other people that, not me.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And also... Yeah, with vision problems.
What would that do? Like in the macular degeneration, apparently you've got to have something that's going to start those things growing again. You know, those and according to that, what I've read, that he was able to bring people back with 3 months on this, the seeing is believing thing. He said he took 27 of his patients, and he brought them back to 20/20 vision with, and yet I've heard people call in that have been on it for 3 months, and they don't have 20/20 vision.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. How old are you?
I'm 81.
Okay, so you've got 81 years of free radical damage causing problems in your body and your vision, and you can't always expect to have it happen just in 3 months. I've seen other people it took them 6, but you can count on Dr. Wallach's work, and if you, here's the deal. You're going to have to replace the tangy tangerine with mineral and vitamin complex, okay? You need those vitamins as well.
I'm taking it daily. I'm taking the 6 daily. The Ultimate Dailies. I get those, and I'm taking those.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's real good. I was going to actually suggest that to you as well. As far as how long it's going to take, that's basically how willing you are to go whole hog on it. Are you following the 10 bad food list?
Yeah, I was reading Glidden's book, and he talks about these things that is caused when you char meat. I have no problem with most of what he does, like gluten-free. I'm doing that. And I'm doing all the other things. I have no problem. I never have drank Cokes. I've always been kind of a raw foodist, off and on raw foodist. But one thing I have trouble with is this eating rare meat. I can't eat meat rare. I just can't. And how do you... He's in this thing that I read about these, what is it called? It starts with an A. It's these things that are in the food that are bad when you cook the food, especially carbohydrates.
How's that go? Heterotetric cycline, I believe it is. But listen, you don't have to eat your meat raw. You just have to make sure that there's nothing seared or charred on it. And all you got to do, this is what we do, and it works great, is just, if you're going to be barbecuing, say you're eating a steak, put it in some foil and cook it in butter. It doesn't have to be raw. It can be cooked through and through. You just don't want those burn lines on it. That's all. That's what's going to cause the free radical damage.
I never have barbecued meat, so I just like it cooked well. I cannot eat anything raw.
Well, cook it in butter. Cook it in butter at a low heat until it's cooked through and through, and that will work for you. Now, get in touch with that lady in your upline and have her listen to the rebroadcast of this show later on, and you can work on that. But I recommend that you add Z-Radical, okay, and Vision FX. If you're already taking the HGH Youth Complex and the liquid glucogel, you're also going to need the Beyond Osteo FX because calcium.
You
got that.
I have that already. Yeah, I've got 3 bottles of that.
Okay, well, you haven't started yet.
But the Z radical, what is in that? How much is that really expensive? Because the ultimate, what is it called? Now I can't remember the name of it. The stuff that I told you he wanted me to, he mentioned. Oh, what's the name of it?
Immortalium?
Yeah. I think it's $89 or something. It's pretty expensive.
Immortalium is $60 a bottle, and you can go a little bit cheaper than that with the Cell Shield RTQ. That's only $30 a bottle, and you'll get the same amount of ORAC.
Okay, Cell Shield is only $30 a bottle, and it's got the ORAC in it. Okay,
yeah, you'll get the same ORAC value.
You also mentioned the Z radical. What is Z radical?
Z radical is a blend of antioxidant fruit juices with the sea vegetable fucoidan added in. It actually tastes like a really good grape juice, and you just take as many ounces of that as you can afford a day. It costs about $30. And that goes a long way to fighting free radical damage. Virginia, I hope you the best. Play this show later on with your friend. Get together with somebody that can help you. We got to let you go. And we're going to go over to Esther, also in Arizona, after these messages. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be right back. Filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We had a little difficulty there. I stepped away, and I didn't make it back in time. Won't happen again. Let's go over to Esther in Arizona. Esther, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Esther, how's things in Arizona?
Good. It's the hot weather.
Yeah,
How are you
I don't
today?
doubt it. You guys don't get cold days, do you?
Yeah. So, I have a question here. My period just stopped. I was having a spotting, and gradually, 6 months, 1 year, the thing stopped, and I'm no more seeing my period. I'm 40 years old right now, and I weigh 168, between 168 and 172. But actually, I'm taking Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0. I've taken it for 3 months, so I don't know if I have to take more stuff to add to it to see if I can balance my hormonal system, because the doctors, they said it's premenopausal.
Yeah. Okay, so you were, I'm sorry, I didn't write your weight. You're 168 pounds, am I correct?
Yeah, 168, between 168 and 172.
Okay, so you would need 2 Healthy Start Packs, liquid 2.0. Okay. Now, for your hormones, interestingly enough, hormones are made of cholesterol. Now, I'd like to see you eat more eggs if you possibly can, soft scrambled or soft boiled, about 8 minutes and 20 seconds does it. Also, for hormone health, the HGH Youth Complex is just wonderful for balancing out hormone health. Now, let me ask you this. Were you ever on birth control?
I was on birth control before I stopped, but actually I was not even seeing my period before I went on birth control.
Okay, so, yeah, for you, I would like to see you on at least 2 Healthy Body Start Packs 2.0 liquid, and you're going to add into that the HGH Youth Complex. Are you following the 10 bad foods?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Then that is my advice to you. Now, if you can add some oxidative radical absorption capacity in there, or ORAC value, that's always a good way to go as well. So if you can afford to do a couple of bottles Z radical with that, that'll go a long way towards helping you out, Esther.
Okay, but I was thinking between Z radical and hormonal balancer, what's the difference?
Well, it's all like, okay, the problems you're having are all arms of the same octopus, okay? You've got things are sluggish, they're moving slow, and you need a nutrified body to start repairing things, and you don't want to get halfway with that, okay? Now, the hormone imbalance, the HGH Youth Complex is going to help with that immensely. Also, the calcium in the OsteoFX is going to help kickstart your thyroid. Now, another thing I would add is 2 bottles of selenium, Esther. 2 bottles of ultimate selenium. You need selenium. I think that everybody should be supplementing with selenium, and that will also help out a lot. Are you hearing me, Esther?
Yes.
Good girl. So just get hooked up with whoever it was that brought you into Longevity, or go on your back office and you can order these extra products, but also make sure that you get lots of cholesterol. Cholesterol is not the killer that they've made it out to be over the years, okay? It's actually good for you. And like I said earlier, your hormones consist of cholesterol. I hear the music, and that means we've got a network break coming up. Esther, thanks for calling in. And I'd like to see you.
Please.
Pardon me?
I have a guest here, please. Can you hold on for him?
Okay, we'll put you on hold, and we'll bring you back after this. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after these messages.